Chapter 8 of Wildflowers of the Farm by Arthur O. Cooke. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Maida Savares. Chapter 8 In the Hayfield, continued. There are many other grasses in the field. Some of them are useful, while others the farmer would call weeds. We must now look at other flowers, and as the grass is so tall, it will be better to choose tall flowers which can easily be seen. We soon spy a thistle among the grass near the gate. There are several kinds of thistle in England: the milk thistle, the nodding thistle, and some others. This is the common field thistle. It is far too common to please Mr. Hammond or any other careful farmer. It is true that it is only an annual, but like the dandelion, it has a pappus attached to its seed. However hard Mr. Hammond tries to get rid of thistles from his fields, fresh seeds are constantly blown into them from thistles on the roadside banks or in the fields of farmers not so careful as himself. It is very disheartening to a good farmer to have careless neighbors. When Mr. Hammond hears that a new tenant is coming to a neighboring farm, he always hopes that he will be a clean farmer, that he will try to keep his fields free from weeds. The stiff stem of the thistle is often 3 or 4 feet tall and divides into smaller branches which bear a flower at the end. These flowers are a little like those of the red clover. Each blossom has many small upright florets, purplish red in color. The leaves are not very tempting to touch, but they are very interesting. They are divided into several lobes or divisions, and each lobe ends in a sharp point. They have no leaf stem to connect them with the stalk of the plant. What is curious about them is that they do not grow from a small point on the stalk. They are decurrent, or running along the stalk. A broad strip at the base of each leaf is attached to the stalk. Docks, too, are far too numerous among the grass. They are very troublesome weeds. They are perennials, and they also scatter a great deal of seed. They have large clusters of small flowers without any true petals. The leaves are very large and pointed, growing on long leaf stems. The stems of the dock are tough, and they blunt the mower's scythes and knives of the mowing machine. Some people have a good word even for the dock. They say that a dock leaf wrapped round the part stung by a nettle will lessen the pain. Others advise us to rub the part with dock seed. I do not think myself that either remedy has much effect, but the leaves of the sorrel, which a relative of the dock, will lessen the pain of nettle stings. Mrs. Hammond always uses dock leaves to wrap round the pats of butter which she sends to market. Above us in the hedge are 2 of the sweetest flowers of the farm. The pink dog rose is one. The petals of each blossom are 5 in number. What a number of 5-petaled flowers we have seen! The leaves have 5, or sometimes 7, serrated leaflets, one of which is always at the end of the leaf stem. These leaflets are not always perfectly straight. Sometimes the pointed end turns a good deal to one side. Of course, we want to gather some of the flowers. Who does not want to gather roses? We want some fully open blossoms and many of the dainty buds. But the straggling stems of the rose soon teach us the truth of the proverb, "No rose without a thorn." The stems are thickly covered with thorns. These are not only sharp, but hooked as well. And we do not get our bunch of roses without a scratch or 2. The other beauty of the hedge is the honeysuckle, a lovely flower which may also be a dangerous weed. The tight grasp of its strong twining stem will soon seriously injure any young tree to which it clings. Here it is doing little charm, and we need only think of the clusters of fragrant flowers. Each cluster grows at the end of a stalk. Some are pale pink, others golden yellow, while some are almost white. After the blossom comes the bright red berry which contains the seed. The leaves grow in pairs. Those low down on the stem have leaf stalks, but the upper ones are sessile on the stem. Taking care not to trample the grass, we have strolled down the hedge side till we have reached the other end of the field, where there is a ditch. At once there is a fragrant scent in the air, a scent like that of almonds. It is the meadowsweet, which grows on the banks of streams or damp ditches. It is a beautiful plant as well as a fragrant one. At the top of the tall stems are large clusters of small 5-petaled flowers, creamy white. The stem itself is handsome. It is often 3 or 4 feet high, smooth, stout, and of a reddish color. The large leaves grow alternately on the stem. They are made up of several pairs of leaflets with a single leaflet at the end. The upper surface of the leaves is dark green, but the underside is generally covered with a soft white down. The scent of meadowsweet is very pleasant in the field today, but I think we should find it rather too strong if we took a bunch into the house. Yet Queen Elizabeth is said to have loved meadowsweet strewn on the floors of her apartments. End of chapter 8.